On our way to Washington, where work is done by men with gavels, but if the Commanders want to be like the pretty clutch guy,
dominate on threes, 1, 2, 3.
Gotta look better than they did in 2023.
And he fumbles the ball.
Expectations are low, though, for 2024. 6.5 win total on the board for former Atlanta head coach Dan Quinn to take aim at.
I am ready to run and prove it. Run like hell. And I'm a little older, maybe a little more chrome, and hopefully a little bit wiser.
4 wins last year, few enough it landed them Jaden Daniels in the draft.
This has just gone from an unwatchable offensive product to must-see TV. When you put this playmaker at the helm, over-the-top touch accuracy, his eyes and feet being tied together better than any quarterback in this class in that department, working backside, put the ball on the upfield shoulder where they can run with it.
Commanders offense last year, 25th in points per game, 24th in yards per game, 29th in turnovers, 28th in the red zone. It was bad.
Again, he goes down!
The QB position wasn't a strong point, and since they threw more than any team and ran less than any team, that's significant. They rolled with rookie Sam Howell most of the way. He threw 21 interceptions, a sub-80 rating, that ain't good. Ended the year on the bench behind a journeyman backup.
Steps up under pressure, runs out of a sack, then lobs it, and it's intercepted by Isaiah Simmons.
Washington's O-line, a weak spot for them in 2023. 65 sacks taken, tied for 30th.
Pressure, and he goes down.
Their tackles were rough. Both Andrew Wiley and Charles Leno gave up 10-plus sacks each.
Wow, what a big play for that Dolphin defense.
Right tackle Andrew Wiley returns despite his struggles. Left tackle Charles Leno does not. Unclear right now who they replace him with. New center as well. No more Nick Gates. Overcomes Tyler Badass from Dallas, pushing for him to change his name permanently. One new guard, too. They signed Kansas City's Nick Allegretti.
Like another sack he gives up because he's holding the ball a little bit too long.
Pass catching group also will feature new blood. They cut ties with wideout Curtis Samuel. Over 60 catches, over 600 yards, 4 TDs last year.
Over the middle, caught, and touchdown for Curtis Samuel.
And with tight end Logan Thomas, over 50 catches, almost 500 yards, 4 scores as well.
To 3rd and 12% towards the end zone. It is caught. Logan Thomas.
The new additions went with Luke McCaffrey in the 3rd round. Good bloodline to bank on there.
Can play inside, can play outside, works well in traffic, and someone who just finds a way to get it done.
Also added Olamide Zaccheaus. He spent last year in Philadelphia watching A.J. Dallas and Devontae catch balls. Didn't do much there, but he was a 400 to 500 yard type in the 2 previous years.
Touchdown, Zaccheaus.
Commanders fans plenty familiar with the new tight end. Zach Ertz returns to the NFC East. Only 7 games last year, 10 the year before.
Caught, Zach Ertz, touchdown.
They have a WR1, Terry McLaurin, over 1,000 yards in difficult circumstances.
Oh, you know what time it is. When the lights are brightest, you know what time it is. It's time to come out, man.
McLaurin has put up 4 1,000-yard seasons in a row. He is a star waiting for a quarterback to really take advantage of his skills.
Sometimes you got to know where your best receiver is. You see the matchup that you like. A nice route there by Terry McLaurin, just going deep, and he just gives him a chance to go up and make a play.
Jahan Dotson, almost 50 catches, over 500 yards.
Jahan Dotson, what a catch! A 33-yard strike!
Washington's running backs factored into their passing game more than others. Antonio Gibson and Brian Robinson combined for over 700 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns.
Throws to a wide-open Gibson! Touchdown! Touchdown, Washington!
They let Gibson walk, signed former Charger Austin Eckler, 400-plus receiving yards in 2023. Has put up 600, 700-plus, even 900-plus in previous campaigns.
I was stiff-arming down while I was running.
Eckler, the runner, doesn't come in hot, only 3.5 yards per carry last year. Robinson will still factor in, too. He didn't do bad with his limited handoffs, 700-plus yards, 4.1 a run, 5 scores.
It's a handoff, turns at the 10, now cuts left at the 5. He breaks a tackle into the end zone! Touchdown!
Washington's offense may not have sparkled. Washington's defense was worse. It was in contention for worst defense of 2023.
Throws a crossing route. Ball is caught at the 10, at the 5, with Denver's 3rd touchdown of the half.
32nd in points per game allowed, 32nd in yards per game allowed, tied for 23rd in takeaways, 28th on 3rd down, 21st in the red zone.
Ritter from the pocket throws in zone. Kyle Pitts, touchdown, Atlanta.
Commanders pass rush, 39 sacks, that was 26th, 27th in QB hits, 31st in QB pressure. They weren't really in a rush, I guess.
Throws a high ball toward Henry in the end zone. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Patriots.
They're okay in the middle up front. Defensive tackle Jonathan Allen, 5.5 sacks.
We're down 3 turnovers to none, and we're down 6 points. You feel me? We great, man. We right where we want to be at. We good.
Daron Payne, his Rock and Sock'em robot partner.
Stafford pitches. Stafford's wrapped up. He's taken down by Payne.
He regressed last year, 4 sacks only, but they need way more from their edge rushers too since they traded 2 good ones away mid-year. Their new defensive ends, former Cowboy Dorrance Armstrong, 7.5 sacks last year.
Pressure again, and he's swallowed up by Armstrong.
They picked up Cleveland Farrell, former 49er, 3.5 sacks last year, and Dante Fowler, 4 sacks for Dallas.
Mac Jones never feels him from behind.
Washington's pass defense, probably the easiest to throw on, gave up the highest rating in the league, the most yards per game in the league.
Throwing it in the right corner of the end zone. Lamb caught. Touchdown.
Cornerback Benjamin St. Juste allowed a mid-90s rating, almost a good year based on what he was dealing with. 17 passes defensed is a really high total.
Winner chucks it. Intercepted. Picked off. It is St. Juste.
No more Kendall Fuller at cornerback. Didn't leave on the best of years, so not as big a loss.
To it, Tyreek again.
They picked up former Charger Michael Davis. He gave up 9 touchdowns last season.
And it's caught.
They still have Emmanuel Forbes. Rate allowed last year, over 110. Quan Martin, a rookie last year, a couple picks at least.
That is intercepted. And I think it's Martin again.
And how about Mike Sanristil, who they drafted in the 2nd round?
He is unbelievable in terms of his awareness, ball skills. He is Johnny on the spot, always around the football. You see the physicality. He plays much bigger than his size.
They'll trot out a new safety. Cameron Curl has left the building. Checking the last box on defense, Washington didn't play the run well either. It was a bad season for that defense.
Running right, breaks a tackle.
Need Allen and Payne to stiffen up a little bit and need more from their linebackers, so they picked up 2 new ones, future Hall of Famer Bobby Wagner, who led the NFL in tackles with 183 last year.
Come on, what?
And they grabbed Frankie Louvu, previously with Carolina, 125 tackles, 5.5 sacks.
You don't expect an inside linebacker to go ahead and just bull rush you.
Commanders bid adieu to linebacker Cody Barton, 13 games, 120-plus tackles. Linebacker Jermaine Davis, almost 90 tackles.
And it's going to be close on 3rd and short. That defensive line shutting the door. Jonathan Allen in there with Jamin Davis.
But they have to be better than the commercial tattoo artist. If Washington's defense is going to improve, they can't be 2 of the linebackers in the NFL. Have to step up to help Washington's defense level up. Zoom out and soak it in. Daniels is an upgrade at the QB position, even if he doesn't blow the doors off the barn right away. Eckler upgrades the running back position, will make a great safety valve for the rookie. McCaffrey for Samuel, let's slow our roll and give that a push. Same with Ertz and Thomas, if Ertz is healthy, that is. O-line, new left tackle because Leno was so rough, stamp another push there. Badass for Gates gets an upgrade, as does Allegretti over Charles. This offense will have 7 new faces starting for it this season. Just as much change on the defense, though. Armstrong, let's say he pushes with Montez Sweat based on Sweat's impact while he was there. Farrell's track record makes it hard to assume anything with him, so a downgrade because Casey Toohill had 5 sacks in part-time duty. Wagner is one of the few guys you can say is an upgrade over Barton. Louvu, an upgrade over Kaliki and Mayo. Keep the overhaul going out back to Forrest and maybe Jeremy Chin or Butler at safety. A push for Forrest, assuming he can play the whole season. At cornerback, Davis and Fuller were both Waldos last year. Their secondary probably carries the biggest question mark outside of the quarterback spot. Daniels is surrounded by some decent playmakers. Defense was overhauled. A 6.5 over-under mark does indicate improvement. Let's see how it fits against their schedule.
Come on. Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Let's start by exploring their floor. Simplistically, they only play one team, Carolina, who has a lower over-under. The Giants are their equal at least, so give them a home win there. Then the win versus the Panthers in Week 7. They get Tennessee at home. Their preseason expectations are similar. Their schedule plus a rookie QB is why their floor is 3-14.
Oh, we just got to keep chopping that wood, bro.
But if you look at their year from the glass half full perspective, all the changes make this an 8-win type type team maybe. Now Arizona is beatable out west. They could take Cleveland at home. The Bears in Washington, sure thing. Sweep the Giants in this case. Take out Pittsburgh in a home game. Down go the Saints on the road. You saw all the upgrades, and last year the second QB in the draft went 10-7 with a team no one thought he could do that with. Why not Daniels too? 9-8 as a ceiling.
Let's go! You know what time it is!
Which brings us to the game preview guide guest. I think they're going to be one of the scrappier under 500 teams, 7-10, but the league will be on notice.
We'll get it one way or another.